Hi, welcome to Riverside Reptiles Education Center. My name is Brian Kleiman. I am the owner. I would love to give you a tour of the place, so come with me. When you first come into the center, you'll be greeted by the turtles in our turtle pond. Right here, sunning herself, this is Ghost. She's kind of our ambassador animal. Everyone loves Ghost. She's an albino red-eared slider. There's also a mixture of other turtles in here. There's yellow-bellied sliders, more red-eared sliders, painted turtles, box turtles. There's actually 17 turtles in this display. I started building Riverside Reptiles Education Center in September of 2019 with my goal to open before the summer. But unfortunately, as you probably know the story, COVID hit. It hit Connecticut in March, so we had to kind of shut down. We had to stop building for a while because our suppliers had to shut down, and they weren't able to get me the material I needed to finish building my enclosures. I pretty much built most of the enclosures you see behind me right now. But thankfully, we were able to open in October, and right now we're surviving. It's not easy, I'll be honest with you. We were going to rely heavily on school field trips to help us through the winter months, but schools obviously aren't doing field trips because of the pandemic. But we'll survive. I know we'll survive, and summer is looking better right now with vaccinations across the United States, and I know summer will be better. We're going to be a huge destination, but I want to show you around a little bit, give you a little tour of the facility. When you come into our main exhibit hall, which is about 9,000 square feet, directly to your right is our large tortoise enclosure, and right below me is a large tortoise. This is Dozer. Dozer is an African spurred tortoise. He weighs about 40 pounds, and he's eating some delicious grass right now, so we won't bother him. On the other side, we have Tank. Tank is another African spurred tortoise who weighs in about 60 pounds. And then we have Leo over here. Leo is an Aldabra tortoise, and he is about 65 pounds. Aldabra tortoises are actually one of the largest species of tortoise in the world. They get over 500 pounds. And Leo, who I named after my grandfather, loves a good head scratch. And sometimes he'll get on his tippy toes when we do it. Let's see if we can get him to go up on his tippy toes. There he goes. Good boy, Leo. Who doesn't love a good head scratch? All right. Let me show you. After you're done hanging out with the tortoises, straight across from them are the other exhibits. We have 4 of these large 100 square foot enclosures, which house some pretty fascinating reptiles. And here is Sal, the water monitor. We're going to meet him soon. We have anacondas, king cobras, reticulated pythons. In these smaller enclosures, we have other various lizards, turtles, and even some crocodilians. So because I have a lot of animals here, I am going to introduce you to some of my favorites. So let's go meet them. All right, I'm going to introduce you to Sal. Sal is our young male Asian water monitor. He's only a couple years old. Hey Sal, what's up, buddy? He's very inquisitive. He's only a couple years old. Asian water monitors get about 6 feet long and up to 60 pounds for large males. Hey bud. And he is gorgeous. He's called a sulfur water monitor. Beautiful yellowish color. He's probably looking for food after flicking his tongue a lot. He's figuring out that I don't have any food for him, but he's such an awesome lizard. I custom made all these enclosures. This enclosure is about 100 square feet, which is plenty of room for one large lizard. It has a 240-gallon water area that's heated to 80 degrees. So when he wants to go for a dip, it's a nice heated pool. So we'll leave Sal alone, and I'm going to show you some other cool animals. All right, in this enclosure, there are some small crocodilians called Cuvier's dwarf caimans, and they're one of the smallest crocodilians in the world. They only get about 4 feet long. And you can see that this one is hissing at me, so I'm not going to get too close to him. But these guys are awesome. They remind me of the little velociraptors you see in Jurassic Park. They are quite intimidating, and they are little firecrackers, so we don't handle these guys too much, but they do make great display animals. These are reticulated pythons. This one right here, she is about 13 feet and 60 pounds, and this one is about 15 feet and around 100 pounds. But just to give you an idea of how big these guys are, we'll see if we can wake them up a little bit. Look at the size of this snake's head. She's a gorgeous snake. Now she's a lavender albino, so she's missing melanin in her skin. And here, right here, is a normal one who's hissing at me a little bit. She's about to shed, so they get a little cranky when they're about to shed, so we're not going to bother her too much. But in this enclosure, just like the Asian water monitor, I built it myself, 100 square feet. Nice big water feature because these guys do like to soak in the water every now and then. But look at that beast. Okay, we'll leave you alone. Don't be so cranky.
I'm a little tired, so I'm going to hang out in here for a little bit. This is my other girlfriend. This is a green anaconda. I raised her from a baby. And now she's about, she's tickling my ear. Stop it, sweetie. She's 10 years old now, and she's 12 feet long, and she weighs probably like 60 pounds now. And since I hand raised her from a baby, she's had lots of interactions with people. So she's very used to people. She knows that I'm not food. She also knows that I'm not going to hurt her. And each snake is its own individual, as I found out from working with snakes pretty much my entire life. So, you know, they all have their own personalities. And this one, she's extremely inquisitive. She's always, when I come into this enclosure, or when the keepers come into this enclosure, she's always comes out of the water, actually, to check things out. As you can see, she's just checking me out. But of course, she's not going to hurt me. She's just such a cool snake. And actually, she just ate yesterday. You can see that she's got some rats in her belly right there. So, green anaconda, awesome snake. One of my favorite snakes here. Such a gorgeous snake. And I'm really comfortable right now. I don't know if I want to get up and show you the rest of the animals, but I will. I will get up. Bye, babe. All right, I'm definitely not going to cozy up to this one because this is our most venomous snake here. This is our western green mamba. And it looks like she's watching something out there. She's probably looking at the alligator. But drop per drop, this is definitely the most venomous snake we have. And her scales are unbelievable. It's almost looks unreal. It looks like they're painted on her. But she's about 7 feet long. Lots and lots of venom in the snake. But thankfully, she's a pretty laid-back snake. We'll see if we can get a better look at her. There she is. Yeah, she's looking at Miss Alligator over there, who's sleeping. These guys have excellent eyesight. That's such a cool snake. We're going to leave her alone and go check out some other snakes and other animals. Now, besides the green anaconda, and here's my other favorite lady. There she is. This is Eve. And Eve is a King Cobra. And she's about 9 feet long. And she's only
3 years old. I'm gonna move Eve back just a little bit so we can get there, get in here and get a good look at her. There she is. She's extremely fast, so I gotta be on my toes when I'm in here. She is not an aggressive snake. In fact, there's no such thing as an aggressive snake. She's just very defensive. As you can see, she's already putting her hood out. She's very good eyesight. You can see I just moved my hooks just slightly and she was already on top of it. But she's such an awesome snake. People love to see Eve. There we go. Because usually she's pretty active. She's always crawling around her enclosure. Sometimes she gets right up to the glass and she'll watch all the visitors. And many people never get a chance to get that close to a King Cobra. She's got a really cool enclosure. We are going to make some improvements to it. I want to add some live bamboo in here, give it some more greenery. But we have about 120 gallons of aquarium in the front. Eve does like to go in the water a lot, and we have some native fish to Southeast Asia in there as well. Fish that you would see in the same habitat as wild King Cobras. All right, you can probably guess what's in here before I even open it. And here we got two species. The one that's vibrating its tail, rattling its tail, that is a western diamondback rattlesnake. And the one right next to it is a black-tailed rattlesnake. As you can see, the blacktail, like many rattlesnakes, they want nothing to do with us. As soon as they get spooked, their number one thing is to crawl away and hide. So there's a great look at our beautiful male western diamondback rattlesnake rattling its tail at us. Definitely not going to snuggle up with this dude. This enclosure is a pretty cool turtle. His name is Ben. And Ben, right now, he's telling me he's hungry. He sits there with his mouth wide open, hoping that either I will notice him or one of the keepers will notice him and put some food in it. Ben is an alligator snapping turtle. He is about 65, 70 pounds. And alligator snapping turtles are the largest freshwater turtle in the world, of adults getting over 200 pounds. People love to see Ben here, although he's not an active turtle. This is pretty much what he does all day. He is very impressive with his overall size. All right, I'm going to introduce you to Brenda, who is our 8-foot, 150-pound alligator. Here she comes. Come on. I got some delicious venison for her. Let's see if she'll behave herself. Down. Down. Good girl. People love to come see Brenda. Up. Up. Especially on the weekends when we do a feeding demonstration with her. She does listen sometimes. Down. Up. She knows hand commands. Open your mouth. There we go. But she is an awesome animal and a pleasure to work with. Wouldn't you say so? She says yes. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you choose to support us. And maybe someday I hope you choose to visit us. We're at 132 South Road in Enfield, Connecticut. And for myself and all my employees and all the animals here, I just want to say thank you. Good night.